Yep, I'm back out in the tool cart here. As you can see, it's getting even thinner yet. I'm real thin on tools now. I got everything, my drawers are getting pretty empty. As you can see. And even the bottoms is pretty empty now. So, this video, what I'm going to do is, there's tools that I bought from a certain road show that was going around back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And that was Cummins tools. It was a truck sales that went around the states and everything. And this was like before Harbor Freight got really popular. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out all the tools that I bought from them truck sales. So get them all pulled out here, and I'll get back with you here in a minute. So here we are, my friends. These are all the Cummins tools that I currently have in my tool cart, except for these right here. These are the only ones that I don't have in my tool cart at the present moment. But I wanted to show these in this video, because if you looked at my other video of my Durango in my tool box, in my Durango that I have, my cardboard toolbox, that these are in that box. And that's the reason why I don't have them in my tool cart, because they are pretty crappy tools. There's some guys on YouTube making videos of saying what their crappy tools are that they ever had. Well, right here are some of the crappiest ones there is, really, of these adjustable pliers, groove joint pliers. But anyways, just to give a little bit of a, I'm going to get into these right here later, but for the most part, all this stuff right here is Cummins branded tools. I want to show you their logo. Well, we get a better view of it here. That right there is their logo. That was the Cummins logo. As you can see, this is a 115-piece titanium drill bit set. Pro. This is the Cummins Pro industrial tool set. But anyways, to give a little background on the Cummins tools, like I said, it was a tool truck. It was a company that sent trucks around the country, and they would set up at like fairgrounds or VFWs or, wherever they could set up at, and sell tools out of the back of a truck, basically. Basically, before Harbor Freight got popular and got all their stores all around the country, this right here was a Harbor Freight of tool truck tools. They were cheap, inexpensive, and pretty crappy, if you want to say that. But anyways, this was back in the late 90s. I was trying to get some tools collected up. For the most part, I had worked out of my dad's toolbox. He let me use his tools, back out here in the shop. I basically just used his tools for most of the part. So when I started going out and collecting some tools up for myself, well, guess what? Harbor Freight, the closest Harbor Freight store was 60 miles away, up in Toledo. That was in the 90s. That's where you had to go to Harbor Freight around here. They weren't as spread out as they are now. So, the next step was the hardware stores, or, stores like that, which wasn't popular back then as far as tools goes. And I didn't go to them places to get tools. So when these Cummins tools were out, going around to the local fairgrounds, I thought, well, heck, I'm going to check these out. Well, their prices, they send a flyer out in the mail before they come to the fairgrounds or wherever they were set up at. They'd send a flyer out in the mail. Well, we'd leaf through the flyer, and they were pretty good prices on some of this stuff. So I went on a spending spree. There was, over the few years that I went there, I started spending money on the tool truck tools, as you might say. The Harbor Freight tool truck tools. So, I started buying tools. Right there's the large adjustable wrench set. I got a 15, 18, and 24. I've got a full set of hammers. Specifically, what I'm doing is right now, these are tools that are in my tool cart at the present moment. These are the ones that I use all the time. So basically, this is what I've used all the time. I've got more Cummins tools, but they're not here. They're, other places. But I do have more. I think this was like a 5-piece set. So that's one I have right there. You can see it's marked Cummins. I picked up this wrecking bar, or well, not wrecking bar, but yeah, you know what it is. Breaker bar, half drive breaker bar. It was a pretty solid breaker bar, so I thought, well, it's got a marking on it. It says chrome vanadium. It's the only markings that's on it. I thought, well, hell, it's pretty safe. It's pretty sturdy and pretty heavy, so I thought that'd be a good breaker bar to have. 24-inch. And you see, I picked up the drill bit set, which if you open it up, I've pretty much used it over the years. It's missing some bits now. It's got bits laying down there in the bottom. This is basically the same as what the Harbor Freight drill bit set is. Same identical thing, same identical kit, basically. But anyways, some of their tools were pretty crappy. I picked up a pry bar set. The pry bars were, the handles were pretty crappy. You always know what the Cummins tools is, because they colored everything in orange. Everything had orange handles. I do have their screwdriver set. I think I have in a previous video, to where their screwdrivers are multicolored. They had red. See, this is a little pry bar type deal, and red handle. There was I think green handles were Phillips screwdrivers, and orange handles were straight slots, I think. But then I picked up the lady's fingers here. I've got a few more of them. I've only got one in my cart. So this is the only stuff I have in my cart. So these are the sets that, you get extra long extension sets. So right here was the half drive extension set, and you can see how cheap they were made. They were pretty crappy tools, if you do say. Now, one thing I did not buy when I looked at their stuff that they had was sockets and wrenches. You could buy a whole set of wrenches. I think you can get about like a 30-piece set for like $20 or $10 even that. So I looked at them like, I don't want to buy them. Them don't look very good. But I bought their extensions. I mean, what could go wrong with this? With some extensions? So I bought a set of half drive, I bought a set of the 3/8 drive, and I bought a set of quarter drive. And then this set right here was their half drive impact set. I got a swivel, and then this set here, this particular set here, as you can see, was a wobble set. It was a full wobble set of half, 3/8, and quarter drive wobbles extensions. So I bought that kit. And then what, to get back to these here, this was the first set I bought from them of these. As you see, it's just the regular old Cummins tools brand, and they were pretty crappy. So I ended up buying this set, which is the Cummins Pro set. I don't know if it'll show up, but that's Cummins. Somewhere it says it's Pro. But anyways, this was their so-called Cummins Pro set. Was that set right there. I've got another one somewhere. Like I said, I've got to clean up my garage out the house. So when I get my garage cleaned out, I will probably find more of my sets. Just like these. This was a 3-piece set. There's a straight that's missing. This set right here was a 3-piece set, I do believe. The only one I got left is the 45, or that's the 90 degree. That was a set of 3 with a 90, 45, and straight. I've got to find the other 2 of that. And then this is part of the plier set. Now I keep these in my tool cart because I don't have any other linesman pliers. So these are actually pretty decent linesman pliers. I mean, they're not the best, but they're not the worst either. They're pretty decent. Needle nose pliers were pretty decent too. I don't know if you can see the teeth on this thing or not, but they're a decent pair of needle nose pliers. But you know, I had these in my tool cart before I got my Irwin pliers. So that's the reason why I took these out of my cart and put my Irwins in. So I carry these around just for, hey, if you go to grab something with these, they slip. So they're not very good. But anyways, when you go to them tool sales, every once, well, let's forget about these. These two sockets here, this socket here, I took out my kit of Cummins impacts. This is a 30 millimeter, which the Pittsburgh sockets didn't have a 30 millimeter. So that's the reason why this one's in my tool cart, because it's a 30 millimeter. And then this one's just, this one that's been thrown around, and I found it and I just threw it in my cart. I do have a complete set of these and a complete set of them, of Cummins. So I'll do that in a future video. But anyways, get back into this. When you go to them Cummins sales, every once in a while, they would have like closeout. You know, it was basically it was Cummins and Homeyer. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of them, but the Homeyer group owned Cummins, and that's what they went around in unmarked trucks around to the fairgrounds. Now, every once in a while, they would have like closeout tools that they had bought, and they'd have like Ryobi tools, refurbished Ryobi, any other kind of other number of tools that they would have. Well, and it ended up they have TrueCraft tools, which is, if anybody knows about TrueCraft was founded in Chicago, Illinois in the late 1940s. Well, by the late 1950s, a company by the name of D-A-I-D-O, I think it's spelled, bought TrueCraft, and they were out of Japan. So the closest I can see, we can see here, if we get focused in on this socket. Right there it is, TrueCraft. So, ended up, they would have, you know, tools like that on sale. So they had these in real good prices. This set here, I got both the metric set and the standard set. So I'm gonna open up this box here real quick. As these are marked, the metric set is marked TrueCraft. And this particular set here is not marked TrueCraft. It's got a different name to it. And the closest thing I could come to is this is an Allenite. It's spelled A-L-L-E. Yeah, A-L-L-E-N-I-T-E. Allenite. So, these aren't marked TrueCraft, but you can see what I paid for them. I paid 20 bucks for this set here, which I paid 20 bucks for that set too. And these are not marked at all. All it has on it is the size. Well, yeah, we get it focused here. Gotta love these, gotta love this stuff that doesn't focus. There we go, 3/4. It's got chrome vanadium on them. And I'm telling you what, I don't give a rat's hoot about what anybody else says about what other swivel sockets they have. These are some of the best swivel sockets that I've ever used in my life. These are downright good. They're good sockets. They're strong. I've used them. I mean, you can see the swivel they have. It's smooth, and it's a ball joint swivel. So these are very good sockets. I've used them pretty decent. You see most I use here is a 13 millimeter. Right there's a 13 of TrueCrafts. So these are very solid sockets. I've had no issues with them at all, no slippage or nothing with them. So they are pretty decent quality sockets. They're made in Japan. So most of you, look at Japan-made sockets stuff. They're pretty decent stuff. Really enjoyed it. I mean, for 20 bucks, I have not gone wrong for 20 bucks a set. And another True Craft set I got was this 1/4 inch set. That's 12 inches long. Those are 12 inches long. It got a 3-piece set, 1/4 drive, flex head ratchet, extension, and 1/4 drive. Yeah, breaker bar. I don't know what I'd use a 1/4 drive. I don't think I've ever used that thing for much, of anything much. And then I also picked up this set, which is Husky. These are Husky swivels, 3/8. So they just had these on sale. I can't remember what I paid for. I might have paid 10, 15 bucks for these. And then this set here. This set is Baco, which if anybody knows anything about tools, Baco is Snap-on, USA made. So I picked up this little 1/4 drive set. The only reason why I wanted this 1/4 drive set was for this handle right here. Because this handle comes with had the 1/4 drive in the end. You can see it's a Baco. I picked it up at that in those truck sales. So yeah. So every once in a while, when you go to them Cummins tool sales, you can pick up some decent tools on the clearance, or not just clearance, but the yeah, whatever you want to call it. They're closeout sale. They buy closeouts is what they bought, and they'd sell them on their tool trucks. So yeah, this is, just think, all these tools I've been showing have been coming out of a 4-drawer tool cart. I have all these tools stuffed in a 4-drawer tool cart. So this is all the Cummins that I have in my cart at the present moment. Not these, but all the rest of them are in my cart. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I have maybe 2 more videos to go out of my tool cart, and then I'll have all the tools on my cart. And there's a purpose, a reason why I'm taking them all in my cart, because I want to just clean it out and maybe get rid of some stuff. But anyways, this is the Cummins tools that I have in my cart. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'm going to say I might have, well, like those right there, 20 bucks set, so there's 40. I think I might have paid 30, 40 bucks for that, maybe 50, I'm not sure. 10 to 20 bucks per set of these. 10, 20, looking 50 bucks. I might have maybe $250 to $300 worth of tools right here. So that's all in my tool cart. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Give me that thumbs up. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I love the comments. What you think of these tools. I mean, the Pro series was pretty decent. The regular series is pretty shitty. But anyways, I'm going to do a later video on all the Cummins tools that I have. I'll probably lump them all into one video. But for now, this is what I use out of my tool cart. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.